For Hasbro this fine Friday morning. So Transformers team that we brought up from our global group in Providence, Rhode Island. We have John Warden, who is the global senior design manager, and Rand Sun, who is our global brand manager.
Hey everybody, it's awesome to be here.
So we're extremely excited to have everyone here today. I think celebrating the 35th anniversary of Transformers is absolutely incredible. I remember my first Starscream Transformers toy that I got right after the brand came out, and I think ever since then I've had this love for the Transformers brand. So I think it's really exciting for me, and personally one of my favorite days when we get to connect with the fans and have everybody here together. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Rand to take you guys through some pretty exciting stuff. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Craig. Hey guys, we're so excited to be here. John and I, it's our first time in Toronto, and we're just been loving the city. Like every corner, we're stopping and see the beautiful sceneries and enjoying this beautiful summer weather.
Had some maple syrup. Have not had Tim Hortons yet, so I'm a little.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we gotta get that before we leave.
So I grew up across Lake Erie in a little town called Vermilion. And so I would always look across the lake and dream about Canada. So it's really exciting.
We're finally here. Yeah, so we're going to start off by celebrating our 35th. So as Greg mentioned, this is a really, really special year for us, for Transformers fans. And we're just so excited that this heritage and the brand has been up this long, and we have such a strong and awesome fans like you guys. So we have a little clip that celebrates the 35th anniversary, so I'm going to play it right now.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. In a world of constant change, one thing remains. The power of Transformers. 35 years of larger-than-life robots who hide in plain sight. And blockbuster entertainment with heroes to look up to and villains to root for. To come, Transformers will continue to inspire all that is more than meets the eye.
Oh, I always get it. Yeah, so before we dive into our panel today, we just wanted to announce that we have some awesome exclusive items that's selling at the EV booth down at the Convention Center. And not only that, throughout this panel, we're going to be doing a giveaway of the Ghostbusters MP10 Optimus. We're going to be asking you guys some trivia questions. And not only that, we also have our newest Commander class Jetfire to give away. So just make sure you stay tuned and you know the questions and the answers.
So one small correction.
Yeah?
It is actually Ectotron.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the
I'm gonna have to
Ectotron.
take your geek badge away now.
But he's also just as cool, and we love that item. So,
Arguably, yeah. I would say more cool.
so yeah, we'll be doing that giveaway throughout the panel. And all right, so let's jump right into it. We're going to start off with Cyberverse.
Sweet. So what's really exciting about Cyberverse is that it gives us a chance to connect with the next generation of fans. You know, for a lot of fans that came into this, you're a G1 fan or you're a Beast Wars fan. With Cyberverse, fans are able to enjoy this with their young ones in their lives, and it's actually kind of a fun thing to be able to be part of. So as we look towards the next season, Power of the Spark, there's a lot of cool things that are happening with Spark Armor and the power of the All-Spark. And we want to give you a quick glimpse into the design process that went into some of these awesome new technologies that Transformers are using.
Yeah, so we can see a little bit of the season 2 clip here, right?
That's right. We're going to see a little bit of a clip here with some interesting familiar faces using the power of the Spark.
Reach out with your spark and claim your armor.
I feel the power of the All-Spark. The power that shall destroy you.
Ooh, that was cool.
Behold, the power of the All-Spark.
cool. I love that laugh.
I use the power of the Allspark to help you defeat Skylight.
Yes.
Yes, help me defeat Jetfire. Follow me, Skylight. First, you must choose. Now we all know you're the undisputed predator of the skies, so these may not be for you, and this doesn't seem your style. But have you ever considered the tactical advantages of a ground assault, or even an underground assault? Yes, this one. Good choice. The Onslaught will help you, thanks to me. Take it now. You will easily destroy Jetfire. He has nothing like this. Easily destroy Skylight. He has nothing like this. Go, enjoy.
See, Starscream's trying to play both sides there. We never see that coming. That's not Starscream
Typical
at all.
Starscream. So before we go through the next slides, should we do a really quick giveaway right now?
I think we should.
Ooh,
Yeah.
trivia time.
We are going to do some
Time.
trivia, and
First
standard kindergarten rules apply. First hand up for Ecto 1. First question, which of the following two is a Dinobot? Sludge or Springer?
Yeah. Ooh.
Sludge.
Correct.
He is correct. It is Sludge.
Congrats.
You talk about trash.
Don't worry, we'll have a lot more trivia questions throughout the panel.
So Cyberverse is interesting because we were able to bring a lot of those cool toy technologies you see in the cartoon to life in toy with the partnership we have with Takara. So we can show you a couple of really cool clips here for the new line of toys.
Alright.
But I promise we'll get to the fans on it.
Transformers Cyberverse. Optimus, use the arc to power up with the energy of the arc. Combine and convert to armor up Optimus Prime. Oh yeah! New arc power Optimus from Transformers Cyberverse.
Cool. Got any more?
From Transformers Cyberverse. Optimus, power up with that jet. With the energy of the Allspark. Combine and convert to armor up Optimus Prime. Oh yeah! New Spark Armor figures from Transformers Cyberverse, each sold separately.
So in order to make these toy technologies come to life, the designers at Hasbro were able to create concept art that really brought together weird form factors. Like my favorite one is the Grimlock with a trash truck there, because or Bumblebee with the ocean liner. Being able to harness different weird vehicular forms really was something that designers wanted to push. And when we worked with the studio, we were able to bring to life great characters like Skybite here, that you remember in that clip, being able to have the tactful advantage of a digging machine. So you could see the cool art here. This is actually like the Boulder team at really grabbing onto that vision. And we also have Starscream, who's equipped with the cool the technology that he got from the digging machine.
Yep, he's with constructing cars, and here's
And there's Jetfire, and you saw Jetfire can weaponize as well.
with tanks.
With tanks. So tanks, Starscream.
Yeah. Sorry, John does that sometimes. He does do the dad jokes throughout the panel.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah, but we're so excited for Cyberverse, and we're getting amazing tractions on this new series, and season 2 is available
That's right.
now. So keep your eyes for that new series. And then we're gonna jump right into next segment, which is a Generation Studio Series. So who here is ready for some reveals, exclusive reveals? Yeah? All right, so like Studio Series, right? Okay, Okay, so I just want to do a really quick recap. So we had our Mexico FanExpo unboxing experience at the beginning of this month, and we revealed some new deluxe figures that are coming into next year's. So they will be available on 1st of January 2020, and we revealed the first Transformer movie along with the third movie's Soundwave. So I have to say, Studio Series is my favorite series because I kind of grew up in that 90s. So like that's how I was introduced in Transformers. And I know you're coming from G1, so
Yeah, I like G1 and Beast Wars. It's funny. It's a cool thing about Studio Series is there are a lot of kids that grew up in the 2000s, and for them, this really is their Transformers.
yeah, absolutely. And we also revealed some awesome characters like the 3 female bike, which is the first time we're doing 3 deluxe figures in our Studio Series line. And we have our original World War II hot rod design from the 5th film. So
Yeah.
we're just so excited for these figures. So now we're on to our brand new reveal, which is that we're also going to reveal Wave 1 of Voyager and Leader class today. And the first character we have is our TF Megatron.
That's right. Transformers 1 Megatron. For many fans, this is the penultimate version of Megatron. And it's exciting to see this guy come to life in Voyager scale accurate with Optimus Prime. Very cool. You have to see it to believe it. So check out the images online soon. It's going to be really awesome.
Yeah, and we sort of teased there are a lot of Constructicons throughout
That's
the
right. That's
So
right.
the next one
Devastator.
is going to be
Mixmaster. So Mixmaster forms the head of Devastator, which is going to be very exciting. And he's actually a licensed Mack truck, and it's hard to see in this picture, but it actually has the tiny bulldog molded into the front of it, which is crazy. Very, very cool toy.
yeah. So speaking of Constructicons that become Devastator, we got
Ooh,
more.
so it's my favorite.
Oh,
So bonkers, Scavenger. So he's huge, he's weird, he's got the 2 wheels for a body. So big, in fact, that you have to rotate the wheels even to fit him in the package. So he's an incredible, hefty piece that is the essential element that really is required to put all of Devastator together. Very, very cool toy.
Yeah. And we got one more leader figure, which is I think
This
is my favorite.
one actually might be my line. Shockwave. So Shockwave, you guys know, we didn't see him transform in the film, but a lot of fans vision him as being a tank. So we did throwback to the toys of Transformers 3, and we looked at his tank mode. We put in lots of other cool Easter eggs in here, including Wheelie and Brains, who are literally super tiny. They're like the size of like a lima bean or smaller. I think one of them is almost the size of a grain of rice. So be careful. These will become expensive in the secondary market someday. But probably the coolest thing of all is it comes with a tiny little paratrooper with a soft goods parachute you can drape over him. And if I had one here, I could show you that actually we've engineered it to pretty much fall. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, the best thing about all these revealed characters today are we're going to have samples down at our booth after our panel. So if you want to take look at these toys in hand, you can take pictures, you can look at them. So be sure to check out our booth.
Yeah.
Oh, where's our booth? That's a good
We're in
one.
the EV Games booth. So there's a Hasbro section right into the EV Games booth.
Awesome. All right, so before we go to the next section, should we do another trivia?
Ooh, trivia time.
And I think one of the coolest things about Transformers is because it's for all generations. Let's see if we can do this for some of our youngest fans that are in the room. So if they need a little bit of help, let's help them out. But which Decepticon converts from a cassette to a Panther? Ravage or Frenzy? Let's look for some of the younger fans. There's one right in the very back there.
Oh,
Yeah.
not you.
With the hat. Correct.
All right. Here we go. Enjoy Ectotron.
Bob for everybody. All right, so we're gonna dive right into our War for Cybertron Siege series. So this is a line that, thank you, that we started this year, and we're just so proud and we're so excited for your reactions about the War for Cybertron.
It's great, and when we read the comments online, we put a lot of ourselves, the designers, put a lot in, the marketing people, engineering people, put so much of ourselves into this, and the whole Takara Tomy team, and to hear the fan response Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's great.
And for those who don't know, this line is product line is inspired by the epic final war on Cybertron between the two factions, the Decepticon Resistance Army and the Autobot Counter Army. So it's a very Civil War kind of story. So you see a lot of decos, that's war tone, and it has a lot of weapons in the figures. So we have a special clip that we've never shown in the public, which is basically the commercial of A War for Cybertron Siege. So we just wanted to have our fans in Canada take a look at this.
One of the most fun commercials I've ever had the opportunity to be part of.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really awesome.
Combine and weaponize with new Transformers War for Cybertron.
Calling all Autobots. The Decepticon siege has pushed us to the brink, but the war rages on. Combine together and help protect what's left of Cybertron.
New Transformers War for Cybertron. Each separately.
So when we were filming this thing, we literally had this high-tech camera that was going dollying around in slow motion, and we had all these sets of Cybertron built. I'm like, my God, this is the coolest day of my life.
Yeah. I know. We should record those shooting in the future.
Just take pictures of me going like.
Just your face. So at San Diego Comic-Con this year, we revealed our last wave of War for Cybertron Siege characters that included some awesome characters that you see here, and they're actually available for pre-order now. So for those of you who are really interested in War for Cybertron Siege figures, so you gotta have some of these characters, like Astro Train's my favorite.
Ape face, come on.
So they're available for pre-order at accounts nationwide. And we have some interesting exclusive items that we wanted to walk you guys through.
You guys might know about this one, but I don't know how many. Raise your hand if you're building a camera out there. How many of you guys have refractors?
Yeah.
Okay, he's got some.
Yeah, we got some.
So it's possible to build the standard issue camera, but my favorite really are the really old mail-away versions, the original Takara colors. We're boxing those up together and releasing them on an online Pulse exclusive, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, but in Canada, it's going to be at exclusive for Toys R Us.
Oh, that's so great! That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And
Toys R Us.
what's really cool about this version is it has a really unique box. It has holofoil on it, and when you pull it out, we've taken care to make it really feel like a real camera, so that there's a camera manual in there, and you open it up. And then we've also included, this is the only place where you can get Kremzik, who is a blast effect character, and it's got a 3mm port on his foot, and it's a really, really fun set. So check it out, exclusive camera parts you can only get with this.
Yeah. And then our next pack is a really fun pack that you guys voted on these two characters.
That's right.
Made it into a Battle 3 pack.
Yeah, so we've got Impactor. This is a Decepticon version of Impactor based on the IDW appearance and construction stripes. But you've also got the hologram Mirage with the toy head, the Sphinx head, and then an exclusive Power Dasher, not Power Master, different race of Transformers. Get with it, John. And he's actually one of my personal favorites because in the 80s you could get 3 of these characters, which is really, really cool. He was the car, so.
And then we got more exclusive Amazon items.
That's right. You've got the Alpha Strike Counterforce, boy, I'd say that 10 times fast, and the Decepticon Phantom Strike Squadron. Both of these are going to be available Amazon fall 2019.
And then, of course, we can't forget our female.
That's right. So we've got Greenlight, the next combiner limb that allows you to helps you to complete Orthea, the official Elita 1 combiner.
Finally, yeah.
Finally, right.
And then lastly, our beautiful Deluxe Ratchet.
That's right. And this is a EB Games exclusive, so make sure you swing by our booth. It's going to be available at EB Games in Canada.
Yeah, so that just wraps up our War for Cybertron series characters, but we also wanted to bring some exclusive Gen Select reveals.
That's right, yeah.
Those of you who've been really close with our fan site might have seen some of these characters already, but it's okay. But for those of you who's never seen a Gen Select
Do you want to see them in person?
Yes.
You're in Canada, you guys have a chance.
Yeah, so this line basically is our fan-dedicated line. So we have some awesome characters that we don't put in our mainline items. So for those who are really interested in some of these characters, make sure you get your hands through the Gen Select line. And then the first character we're going to officially reveal is
Right, Nightbird.
Nightbird.
Nightbird's really, really cool for a lot of fans. This is, it's a Decepticon female Transformer. Technically not really a Transformer made by humans, but we're not gonna say anything about that. Great new head on this one too. It's an exclusive head and a really cool sculpt using the chromium mold to pick this one up. But then the next one is really cool too. Talk about cool heads. The Power Dasher Zatar. So this is the Drill Power Dasher, part of the Mail Wave program from the 80s. And he is uses the brunt mold, and that little headpiece is actually removable, the drill piece. So you can actually equip somebody with the drill. And he's got the most derpily awesome head I've ever seen on a Transformer.
So both of these Gen Select figure is going to be available exclusively at EB Games, so that's where you'll be able to get them. And the pre-order actually opens today around 3 o'clock, 3:30. Yeah. So make sure you get your hands on them. They're going to be shipping out in a week or two, so they're almost ready. But if you want them, make sure you get them.
Wait a minute, before we go on, I feel like we should do another trivia question.
That's a good point.
I feel like that's a good
I feel like
idea.
a trivia question.
Yeah. Oh, this one.
Why don't we pull out Jetfire for this one?
Ooh, we got the
Jetfire,
big
yes.
one.
All right.
So this guy's available at retail, but a lot of people are having a hard time finding him because he's just that cool.
Okay. Which bot is a triple changer? Bruticus or Astro Train?
Wow.
Wow.
Deborah, you're in charge of this one. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Enjoy your Jetfire.
All right. Okay, so we're starting to wrap up, but we have to mention this next one, which is our big Unicron, War for Cybertron Unicron project.
Like on the backs of our shirts, this is really an amazing opportunity. When you look at the original 1986 movie, who would have thought it was ever possible to make a Unicron figure as big and as impressive and as completely transforming as the Unicron is. A lot of fans might have the Armada version that has blocky legs underneath, but this version of Unicron is a perfect sphere, and we went to great lengths to kind of watch parts of the movie and really take note of all those little details. And as you see him drifting through space, in planet mode and robot mode, he's menacing. But then having his head pop off was something we knew fans wanted, and we were able to do it. So during the campaign, we had a little announcement to make, and I went online and made a video and explained this cool new feature to all you fans out there.
All right, John, I know you told me not to put this in there, but I put it in there, so let's look at that.
It's weird seeing myself on a screen while I'm in a panel. Yes, I agree.
I gotta do it. I have to do it.
Hey Transformers fans, John here from Hasbro. We know how much the Transformers community loves that epic scene from the end of the 1986 movie, Unicron's head orbiting through space. I'm proud to announce that Unicron will indeed have a removable head, and it will also come with a removable faceplate that has battle damage features, so fans can swap out the clean faceplate for a battle damage faceplate.
And to back the campaign, visit HasbroPulse.com. Cool. Exciting. I think before we go any further, we should do one more trivia, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Two left here, but we'll jump into for Ecto 1. Which Decepticon did Megatron leave behind on Cybertron? Shockwave or Soundwave? Shockwave.
Oh, that was fast. That
That's
was really
right.
fast.
I feel like we're tossing mothballs here.
Yeah, it's like, you get a Jetfire. Yeah, but our Unicron was such a combined effort.
It really
with
was,
So many different
yeah.
partners, from our Pulse team to all the way to Japan and our Takara Tomy team. And I know our legendary designer, Kunihiro-san, who's been designing Transformers, I think, before I was born.
Yeah, he worked on the original Star Saber. He did Omega Supreme, which just came out. He's really a living legend. I mean, dude's a rock star. And it was his passion project. No joke, for 2 years. He's been working on Unicron for 2 years. There's just like that much engineering that went into it. And those guys they're incredible fans. They'll stay there late working, and it's just an incredible honor to be able to work with them.
Yeah. So that's our TT partners here. So this is our last slide here, the largest Transformers toy ever created.
That's right. It's self-supporting. A lot of questions. A lot of fans have saying, "So can I stand him with updates?" You absolutely can. And in fact, all the photos that we took of him that you see online are all like it's supporting. It's using its own weight. It's incredibly posable, rocker ankles, and it obviously you do need the base to support the planet because we haven't really figured out a way to do anti-gravity yet. Still working on that.
Yeah,
I have Back to the Future shoes, sort of, that I made my own, but yeah, not there yet.
And you're right when you say like we've been working on this for such a long time because I feel like it was like January 2018 when we kicked off this project, and it's like it's finally coming to life after.
It is, but you know, to really get it over the end, this is our moment, you know. And when I was a little kid, one of my friends, his dad was a doctor, had the USS flag. He had a blue carpet in the basement. And I was like, man, someday I wish I could get the flag. And I never was able to get it. For Transformers fans, really Unicron is our moment. And this moment, unless we need the backer support in order for it to make it happen. And this is our chance to do it. And when I've talked to fans about like, what toy do you want, Unicron is the one. So we need those backers. This is going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's been an honor to work on this thing.
Yeah. All right. So that pretty much wrapped up our panel for today. But I know that you guys probably have some questions and probably wanted to, ask us stuff. So we wanted to leave some few minutes in for Q&A. So for those who have questions, are we going to pass one of them?
Wait, I think we have maybe one more trivia question.
Do one more trivia, and then we're a fairly cozy room here, so we need the mic, but I'm sure everybody's got.
Okay, awesome.
Ooh, one more Jetfire.
One more Jetfire. Before he received the Matrix of Leadership, who was Optimus Prime known as? And I'm not actually going to offer up the down here.
Orion Pax.
Very correct.
Awesome.
Okay.
Talala won. And with that, we're going to open up the floor for questions. So if you want to call them out, and then we'll walk around with the mic, I believe might be the best way to do it.
Absolutely, right up here.
Actually, maybe don't need to.
So Unicrons make funding. Will there be any way for fans to get the purchase the right? If the
If unit doesn't get funded.
will there be any way to purchase the items? Because a lot more asking if there's other ways to purchase the items.
So basically, the way that we did the Hasbro project is that Unicron, you can only get it through Hasbro Pulse website. So we won't have it like in retailers, we won't have it in stores or anything like that. So Hasbro Pulse is where you do the crowdfunding interest.
That's right. It's the only way to get it.
Yeah. If it doesn't meet the backers, basically
the project will go back into the dead zone.
We actually won't be in production, so we actually are holding to that backers.
That's correct.
But I would say about Unicron is that we are going to have some new announcements.
That's right.
That's coming out later today and next week, even more announcements next week. So keep your eyes and then in tune for fan channels and our official Instagram.
That's right.
Instagram, because we do have some new announcements and new things that's coming for you.
That's right. Even more cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next question.
Did you want to come up and then?
Yeah, sure.
Can't go that far.
I was just wondering for the Walmart exclusives, for Cybertron, like the cartoon Megatron and cartoon Optimus.
That's right, yeah.
As well as like the G1 Soundwave. Is there like an official release date? I've seen like pictures of people getting them, but they're not on the website. There's no date anywhere. There's nothing.
Yeah, I think each one of those characters has a different release date. So I think one of them is 10/1 and the other one is 11/1 and the third one is 12/1. I can't think of top of mind, but I'll be down at the booth so we can check the dates and then I'll tell you which one is available at which.
Okay.
Soundwave is in stores right now.
Okay, that's the date.
Yeah, it is in stores. It's been a bit limited. We are working on getting some additional stock.
Okay.
It's runs out, same as the cassette 2-packs are in stores right now, and they're working their way into stores. But various parts of the country have gotten them.
Are they super limited? Because like I've been to Walmart's, like employees don't even know if they exist. Like,
Ontario seems to have been a little slower to get some of the stock. It seems to have been hitting out on Yukon.
I'm from Quebec.
Okay, so it's not super limited, but it is, it's limited in keeping with the G1 exclusive.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other
Thanks.
questions?
Come on, I like hard questions. Anyway. There, I knew I'd get somebody. Awesome. You could
If you're
yell.
real loud,
I
just speak.
can hear, no problem. I'll repeat the question for the crowd.
Yeah, will we ever see any localization for like the Perfect Effect line in Japan or no?
So the question was, will we see any localization for the Perfect Effect line?
Perfect Effects.
Oh, FX line. So say Perfect Effect is not Hasbro. FX line. Do you mean like the which character specifically?
He goes by Leo Convoy in the comic books.
Oh, those. Yeah, I believe those. Yeah, so Leo Convoy, and that's the lion Takara just did. I believe to a certain extent we do try to get a lot of those Takara items. The Seacons, the King Poseidon, Piranacon guys, we were trying to get onto Pulse.com. So I would say Pulse.com typically is the place that we're offering those items. But I can't speak with 100% confidence about Leo Convoy though.
So those are actually, in Canada, those Takara Tomy items are available through EB Games. They go up on their website. There's a limited pre-order window for them, and then it's built to order. So they don't bring stock in to actually stock in the stores. It's all built to order.
Wow. I'm so glad you're here to answer that one.
Leo Convoy is up live right now on EB Games.
Oh, that's so cool. That's a great figure too. It's really awesome.
Yeah. All right, we have one question here.
Here?
Oh, I like your T-shirt.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
This is more just kind of going off of that one, but it's ordering in Canada on Hasbro Pulse is horrendous. The ordering system is good, but shipping is a killer.
Yeah.
It'll double the purchase of your figures just to ship the thing here.
Okay.
Is there? I know you guys aren't really involved in that whole thing, but can that be looked at? Just because it's crossing the border because of your shipping it's killing any kind of commerce over here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Pulse launched, earlier this year, and what we are working on is step one was having it available to Canadian fans. Step two for us is we're working on ways to either distribute from Canada or bring down the shipping costs. So we are working on that with the team right now. We don't have a timeline on how soon that'll be, but we know it's important for our Canadian fans, and we are working on it. So we will
Cool. Thank you.
And wasn't there a question over here? Yeah.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Good, yourself.
Good.
So last year at San Diego, you had the gold Bumblebee in the Bayformer form, and then there was the EB exclusive where he was in the Bumblebee movie form. And they came with 2 cassettes from Japan, and I can't forget this, but they were very. It was the same set of cassettes. They were just in varied colors.
Yeah, the Japanese exclusives with the clear guys. That came
Yes. So fast forward at SDCC, you announced the ability to get the other set of combining. I think that happened in Destiny with Friends, but they were in the original G1 colors. Are you considering going back and doing those ones from last year, but in their original G1 colors as opposed to translucent G1?
So the 2 sets that were released in the United States were we put the VW version and then the Camaro version. We had one of each. So we had a clear version in there that was sort of like the Chase, and then so you had to get both sets to get the G1 colors. We actually did go out and buy those tapes, which are wicked expensive. So we were able to get them. So you if you had both of those sets, I think the question is, are we going to rebundle those characters and resell them? We get that question a lot. I don't know for 100% certainty if we are.
Yeah, at this point, we don't have plans to do that in the near future, but we do get that comment a lot. So it could definitely be something that we can think about.
Yeah, I think a lot of it depends on how the Frenzy Zaru set does. And so if you like that kind of packaging line look, just get vocal online and really we listen to you and let us know, and we'll try to put that second set together for you.
Yeah, and some of those few characters, I know our fans really love them, so sometimes those are things that we try to put in Gen Flex in that collection. So
Sure, totally.
I know that our Canadian fans haven't gotten the Gen Flex line yet, but you guys now have, so in the future, hopefully you can do something like that in that line.
Can I just add on that? Just
Yeah.
based on what you said.
Sure.
You said you bought the actual original cassettes.
Yeah, we did.
To refabricate them.
Yes.
So the molds for some of the old G1s, like Wheeljack and the Dinobots, they're gone.
Yeah, it's a real heartbreaker. And that's a great question. Glad you asked that. So we've taken great care to try to capture which tools we can. We put them out through Walmart has been a great partner in releasing them. But in a lot of cases, the most notable recently was Optimus Prime, the original Optimus Prime. The reason why he didn't come with the trailer was we had actually retooled Optimus Prime's G1 mold because the old one from when I was a kid was completely falling apart. There's a couple characters out there to keep those molds going requires tons of maintenance and oil and stuff like that. So there's very few of those guys left. It's incredibly heartbreaking, but we would be able to retool them if we had an enthusiastic response online. So if there's like people who like bring back Wheeljack or something like that, like absolutely we could do, but it is a bit of an investment on our end, and I think we're excited by how the program Walmart is doing, and just let us know. Come to us in conventions or make your voice heard online, Instagram or Twitter or any other social network.
Questions?
Okay, be back.
So building upon that, like, are there rules, regulations, and laws making a toy changes that today that you have any experience with, like materials that you can longer?
Yeah, there absolutely are. And a lot of the things that would pass in the 80s we wouldn't be able to do, or we'd have to change. A good example is launchers. A lot of the Seeker guys had little launchers that we had to actually put regulation tips in that passed through our choke tube standards. But for the most part, a lot of those G1 toys, the reason why they're more expensive is they're just more sturdily built. They use die-cast metal. They're built in really an awkward way. There's lots of steel pins and things like that, and it's a little clumsy to tool them up. We've had the molding efficiencies down for stuff in the War for Cybertron line, but with new safety standards, we really want to make sure we keep things in line with what's going to be safe for today. And whenever we do a release like that, yes, we have to check it 100 times till Tuesday. It's crazy.
There's one in the back here. Yeah.
Oh, there's one there, and then there's the guy in the blue shirt also.
Yeah.
I just want to say first, it's great to see you here in Canada.
Oh, it's so good to be here. Thank you.
And I've really been appreciating how much you guys have been ramping up your kind of face appearances in Transformers media, like Designer Desk, etc. I was wondering if we might be seeing a bit more with the Japanese side of design and engineering, perhaps like some interviews with folks who talk about their body of work.
No, that's a really great suggestion. I know over in WonderCon, Yuki and some of the team they definitely do interviews. A lot of times those guys don't speak. A lot of them don't speak English well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think we'll pass that note on to car friends and let them know that if they should come by. Sometimes like New York Toy Fair they come by though.
Yeah, and then I think for this year when we revealed the new masterpiece item, I know we flew in one of the PT designer in Shanghai where they revealed it in Asia. So I think those they're really open to doing something like that. It's just they're like John said, some of them just don't speak English. So
even written interviews, every time we have gotten a few like done with the Japanese hobby magazines, it's just so wonderful to hear about like how you can trace back someone's work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A new masterpiece that comes out, and they'll mention, I worked on this figure in Cybertron.
Yeah, it's great. Those guys really are incredible geniuses, and their ability to figure out how they transform from one mode to the other. It's a fine art, and it's an honor to work with them. And yeah, we'll try to get more of those guys in designers' desks. That's a great suggestion.
I was just wondering if you had any insight into how Hasbro chooses which masterpiece figures get released.
Well, do you mean movie masterpiece or do you mean classic
like the
G1
G1.
masterpiece?
It's like it's been a while, and is it because Toys R Us went away in the U.S. or?
Oh no, I can answer that question. The masterpiece, classic G1 and Beast Wars masterpiece characters, and recently like Leo Convoy and those guys, those are all decided by the domestic Takara team. There's part of Takara that we work with specifically, and that helps us design like War for Cybertron and Cyberverse and stuff like that. And then there's another smaller team that does the masterpiece stuff, and they typically decide it for their Japanese market. So we don't really have much input on which G1 characters they're going to release. We have visibility to it. We know when they're coming, but we don't have a lot of influence as to say hey, I really want to do jazz, but it's not quite that simple. Now with movie masterpiece, we're directly controlling it. But yeah, the G1, it's sort of every time we go to visit them in Tokyo, we find it's like they cake boss us. They kind of go like, there it is. And okay, I guess that's what we're getting. So yeah, in complete transparency, that's how it works.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
All right.
Thank you. We appreciate how passionate you are.
I could do one more. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So you've got. I'll take that. You want me to? Yeah. All right. So we've got the Ghostbusters and Transformers crossover that's doing really well.
Yeah.
The comic book is killing, and the toys are amazing.
Thank you.
This has got to be cranking out ideas, possibilities about what could be next.
Ooh.
And there have been fan art, over the years. People have been pushing other properties together. You guys have other properties you could push together,
Can I ask the question back?
Sure.
Do you have a property that you want us to collaborate with?
Oh man, I mean,
that's what you spot.
I would love a Back to the Future DeLorean, Transformer.
Yeah.
That's
It's John's favorite.
that's a dream.
One of my favorites.
I mean, you could possibly even kind of bring back G.I. Joe in a way by pulling G.I. Joe in there.
G.I. Joe a lot.
Mask and Transformers and G.I. Joe all fit. Like it's all there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can speak to that. I was asked this at San Diego Comic-Con, so I can kind of give a similar response here. Is we want to wait. This is sort of an answer by being ambiguous, but still an answer. We do want to acknowledge certain anniversaries. So if you want to think about, inside the mind of Hasbro, we a lot of times we work about 3-4 years out, and we'll look at what anniversaries are coming up, and we want to make sure that we celebrate things, or if there's some other kind of promotion or something that comes along. But we also look at the fan zeitgeist, and we speak to fans here, like he just called out Knight Rider. Sometimes it's those little things that those memories we all share that resonate, that make great Transformers. So it's this, we put all those ideas into the cauldron and we spin it around. Sometimes what comes out surprises us, and other times it's very, very much calculated. But things like G.I. Joe and stuff like that, yeah, you're right. Low-hanging fruit or Power Rangers. I think a lot of it has to do with, Hasbro is a very big company, and we have to think about what is our global fan base going to request. And if you want something, again, make your voices heard, and we're always listening.
Yeah, that's how we decided we're going to do Ghostbusters, because I think that was the number one collab that everybody was talking online.
Oh, it made so much sense at San Diego too. It's like or like like at FanExpo, of course you're gonna have those two things mash up. It's just so much fun.
And you're right, like the fact that it was the 35th anniversary for both of us. It was their 35th anniversary of their first movie, and this is our brand's 35th. So it just really, really worked out really well. And Sony was like, absolutely.
Sony is so cool to work with too. They're great. The big geeks like us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless you have Spider-Man.
Yes! Awesome. Thank you guys for being such incredible fans. I think you guys are going to be down at the EV Games booth. There's some great product available down there, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.
Take the big